The number one call we get is customers complaining that they ran out of power. Their system turned off, they ran out of power on their trip, and they don't understand why. Because when they pressed the monitor button, it showed green, and then 10 minutes later, all the power is gone. And they don't understand, and they want to explain to me all the conditions that were happening in that moment, and then all of a sudden all the power is gone, and they just don't understand what's happening. And that's pretty consistent across 99% of RVs. Is there's not a lot of information, and sometimes it's just the voltage or it's just the green, yellow, red lights, and they're really frustrated with what's happening. And so I ask them about their RV, what's the year, make, model, so I can just have an idea of what kind of electrical system we're talking about. And then I might ask them about what batteries they have. And not everybody usually knows what kind of batteries they have, and so they might take a picture and then I'll have them text it to me, so then I know what the premise is of where we're starting from on the batteries. And then I find out if it's drivable or a trailer, because that determines if it has an alternator built in or not, and does it have a generator. And so there's a few questions that go around. And then there's a little bit more deeper is to find out what type of appliances they have, so then I know what kind of power is being used, whether they realize it or not. And then I can encourage them to consider solar, which is almost always a fix for most problems, to have endless power within the capacity of the batteries. But the battery is the heart of the system. So you can't just have solar and no battery. You need that battery to store the power and then release the power when there isn't solar. So the battery is key, but the most common thing we're encouraging is battery monitors as well as a solar system. So the battery monitor is tracking what's available when they're going to run out of power. The solar system's recovering that power day after day, whether they're camping or just storing the RV. And so we have that conversation. I give an estimate. Everybody loves their RV, right? Everybody loves their RV, and everyone, to them, it's a very unique RV. To us, it's another RV. We've worked on thousands of RVs, and so we're pretty familiar with all the RVs from that experience. But they want to show me what they have. They want to show me what was going on, and I get it. Ultimately, we don't have to see the RV to give a quote, because we know what it's going to take to install the monitor, install the solar. But they'll come by sometimes, see it, come by and visit and show me what they have. Then I'll give them an estimate. From there, if they want to move forward, we book an appointment, a drop-off, and then we go over the work that they want to have done. Oftentimes, it'll just be just what we originally discussed, but then they'll have a list of all these other things that aren't working, and so we'll try to take care of that for them while they're here, especially if it's electrical work. And then our target is always to get it back to them the same week by Friday. That's our target. But we can't always anticipate if we're going to need to order some part that we might need, or if the weather's bad or whatever. But we're always trying to move projects in and out quickly to move on to the next customer's project.